Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gears Fight Night. Joined once again with my main man, Vil. How you been, baby?
I'm living good, man. How
Let's
you doing?
get it. Yo, so tonight, we got a little short show for you guys, but definitely filling. Let's take a look at our schedule to kick this one off. And to kick off the day is going to be our pool draw for Gears Vegas. Yes. The draw show is going to kick it off right now, and we're going to figure out what those groups are going to be. Then after that, we're going to be having Eunited versus Rise for our North American 2K final, and that's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a great one. I can't wait. Rise in the finals?
Yeah, and Rise beat Optic too to get there. And we'll talk a little more of that when we get to that matchup. Yes. But first, we do want to recap, something that did happen beforehand, before we get into this, and that was our EU LCQ. So for you guys that know, we had a little tournament to figure out what was going to be that fourth team to go out there with the rest of the EU teams who already had their travel qualified to get that coverage paid for Gears Vegas. And the winners was, and I'm going to say off their name because their team name is Vegas. But the players are going to be Ash, J-Rage, Sam, GodFX, and Incisive. And they went into the finals against On Point, where they ran into Reactions, Dragon Swift, Dice6, and Shadows, where they ended up beating them 2-0.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Ash, he was the coach. He was the coach for Fable, the #1 European team. He left them, started his own thing, and now look, he's getting a free flight to Vegas.
Yes, he is. And you know what, he's doing it. And so I'm actually curious to see how he plays, because one of the things is, if you look at this team, it has the 3 players in which was replaced on this Fable roster since we seen them emerge as Epsilon last season, and that's going to be Ash, J-Rage, and Sam.
That's going to be nasty.
So, them with GodFX and Assistants, I'm trying to see, just, what that team will bring to the table, but that's good. But they're going to be joined by the other 3 European teams who qualify through. So far, so good. But now, to get into the draw show. Now, Belly, did you go to Vegas last year?
No, I didn't,
Have
man.
you ever been to Vegas?
I've been to Vegas 10 times, but I was under 21 each time.
10 times?
So it was pretty terrible, yes.
Okay.
I cried every time.
I've only been twice. This will be my 3rd time. And last Gears Vegas was awesome. For all you guys who went, you guys know that. And if it's any event that's going to rival that Gears Mexico in North America, 100%, it's definitely going to be Vegas.
It's not even a question.
Because, even if you just going to spectate, you can find a lot of things to do in Las Vegas. But let's kind of dive into this draw and let's explain how it's going to work for you guys. As beforehand, we are going to have 12 teams in which we are going to seed. So it's going to be a snake drive as well, and also 1 international team per group. So the first 4 teams that we have, which is our top 4 seeds, will already be seeded in the pool. That's going to be Optic Gaming at #1 seed, Echo Fox at #2, Eunited at #3, my fault, Eunited #4, and Ghost at #3. And so those are going to be our top 4 seeds that's going to be seeded through Pools A and Pool D. So as we kick off this draw, we're going to be pulling from our next high seeds, which is going to be seeds 5 and 6 of North America, seeds 1 of Latin America, and seed 1 of the European region. So that's going to be Roman, Fable, World's Best Gaming, and Motivate. Those are going to be the first 4 teams we pull, and the first team we pull will go on Pool D and face Eunited. So
that's scary. What pool do you even want to go into if you're a player?
Well, I will say this. You got to look at you got to kind of consider what's going to be that pool of death, and when we kind of see the blank picture of these overall pools, think about it like this: the work that Fable put in on Optic in the Latin American region changed them as a team.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gave them that confidence in what you need. So you can't really, kind of stress that. And, think about Optic Gaming, right? Optic Gaming and the successes that they had so far in this season. They've won everything. Not all the 2Ks, but they've won all the events.
The most dominant team in Gears of War by far since day one. Since day one. And I'm an OG. I'm going to say that. Yeah, they were better than Infinity. Optic Gaming has dominated absolutely every event so far except Mexico of last year. But Optic Gaming, they're showing some weakness now.
Ooh.
They're showing some weakness now. They're not in the 2K finals. Okay, it's online, all right. But in Mexico, they've lost the most maps they have ever lost at an event.
Damn. And you're right about that, too, as well. And you know what? A lot of people, you see them even on Twitter saying, hey, they're beatable. They're not as unstoppable as we think. And me personally, I love that confidence.
Yes.
That confidence in which they have is awesome. And then you have Optic. and I agree with you. The best team in Gears history. So far, so good. And their only competition so far has been Echo Fox.
I like Echo
The
Fox.
only team so far to take an event off them, and that was Mexico City last year.
Yes.
But Veli, you've been the main one on Twitter. Okay, we've seen it, and you have already said that I see a different Echo Fox, and I think Echo Fox is going to come out and win it.
You see this beautiful man? You see this beautiful man right there, Kyle, the one with the glasses? I feel like he's going to bring something new to Echo Fox here in Vegas. He's been their latest pickup, and Echo Fox, even though they had a disappointing showing in Mexico, they're better than that. We know they're better than that. Echo Fox is a top 2 team in Gears of War, the only team to beat Optic Gaming in the finals. But I feel like Franchise and the rest of them, they're pissed. They're pissed. They're mad. They're coming for it.
And, you know, to give my opinion on Echo Fox, I just, you know, I feel like we saw them in so many finals, right?
So many.
But then within watching those finals, you know, me personally, I'm always like, all right, where's the improvement? Per final, where's the improvement? Where's them working on those little kinks, transitioning those dominant setups into dominations in which they need, and to play fast and kind of get through that middle block? And we've seen that. We've seen glimpses of that. But I feel like this Echo Fox team, they have those spurts of greatness, right?
And they're not consistent with
currently they're in a spurt of greatness.
Yes.
So I can agree that they do have a good chance in Vegas to do their thing, but I don't know, okay? Because that last team that had that spurt of greatness that we were talking about going into Mexico,
don't say it.
It was
Eunited.
It was Eunited, but the team that made up with Optic in the finals was Ghost, though.
Yes.
So Ghost Gaming, so far, Veli, you've seen this team, okay? You've seen this team. We've seen them make it to the finals. You know, they've been in kind of a rut. You know, Identitas haven't been playing with them as much, you know, especially in the 2Ks as well.
It doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter because Identitas is still going to be the king of Latin America. Identitas, the beast. He's a monster. But Speedy and Reshies, you cannot say enough about them. These two guys alone can take over a game. Now, this is the best Ghost Gaming we've seen in the last 2 years. They're playing like a team. I don't know if Fatal Strike's the answer or did just something click. You know, maybe Sleepy finally, you know, gathered the truth and say, listen, individually we've been gods or whatnot, but we're going to be a team this time around. And that's what we saw in Mexico. That was a scary-ass team.
It was a scary team. And
I liked it.
And Ghost went the distance, and that was the Ghost game in which you wanted to see.
Oh, yeah.
My question is just post-Mexico, are they keeping up that same intensity? You know, they've had their hurdles post-Mexico to do everything they got to do. You know, we saw them in that it was a show match last week. We saw them in a show match, and we saw what they did to United. But that's a show match. You know?
But it still happened.
It still happened. But, you know, they showed a lot of greatness in doing so.
Yes.
But while we're on the subject of Eunited, and I kind of touched bases on it beforehand, Eunited was that last team that we was like, oh, man, they're just having such a good streak. They're playing so phenomenal.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were saying that this was the team. You know, we had saw them beat Optic Gaming in the 2Ks before Mexico City, but they were saying that this is the team that's going to take it all to Mexico and really take down Optic Gaming. Do you still feel this way about them?
Absolutely. Yes, it was disappointing that they didn't win the event. My predictions were crap. But this team, they've done better. They got top 4 in Dallas, top 3 in Mexico. I mean,
they keep climbing.
They're going up. They're climbing the ladder right now. So who knows if they're going to be a consistent top 3 team and unseat maybe a Ghost or an Echo Fox. You know, who knows if they're going to take that 4th place to 3rd place to 2nd place jump. We're seeing them evolve right now. You know, they're new humans. I like them. They've been quiet lately, but I'm excited to see what they're going to do in Vegas.
You know, I'm excited to see what they're going to do in Vegas as well. I think the addition of Affinity to this roster is so crucial. Because that's the one thing, and I kind of said this last night. I was just saying that all these new teams, they need that veteran leadership on their squad. They need that one player who's been around Gears of War for a long time, who's been practicing Gears esports since the glory, since my glory days, so to speak. And Affinity's been around, but you think about all other teams. Optic has Kenny. Kenny has been around a lot of great players. You know, you got Echo Fox with franchise. All right, Eunited. You know, I feel like they the ones they got Affinity.
Shock is a difference maker and Affinity.
But yeah, Shock's still a new school player.
That knowledge and IQ.
Exactly. Like all the other new school players, I feel like they have the skill, they have the talent. But there's certain things in which you just can't teach, and you have to learn through experience. And I feel like that's what Affinity brings to the team. And on the flip side for Ghost Gaming, they got that in Sleepy, right? And so that's the great thing about all these top 4 teams and how they're performing. And you know, I feel like if a lot of these other newer teams had that one veteran player, they'd be like, hey, This is how we practice. This is how we need to win.
Yes.
This is what we do to improve ourselves, and it'll be better.
Other than veteran, leadership, I feel like consistency is key as well.
It is.
Most of these teams, of course, they made 1 or 2 team changes here and there, but what really matters is consistency. When you stay with the team for so long, you guys gradually get better. Okay, team changes happen, but if you can stick together and perfect your craft, you make a difference, and I feel like that's what's important here.
All right,
for these other teams.
So, folks, usually before the events, you guys have always gotten your pools picked by me and Benson, but today I said, you know what? I'm going to let Vale take the heat.
Yeah.
All right? So, Vale, without further ado, pick the first team, which is going to go into Pool D. And when you pull it out, show it to your camera.
Gotcha. Okay, so Pool D. All right, Eunited. Who's going to go against Eunited to start off?
I'm curious.
Oh, okay. I wanted them to be with Optic to make fun of him, but
yeah.
World's best game, and there we go, Eunited. That is going to be actually a really good matchup.
That is going to be.
I'm looking forward to that.
That is going to be a good matchup because we saw World's Best. They looked slow starting off in Mexico City, but they picked up the momentum and they found themselves in a top 6 finish. And so, especially with this team, and now they got Clouds instead of Wildebeest. And so far, what do you think this team can bring into Vegas?
I feel like this team has a history of always starting off pretty bad, to be honest. I love those players, so I can say they start off pretty terrible, but they've had some of the players on that team had their best placings through the losers bracket. They start off really slow, but they end up hot Saturday night and Sunday, and that's what really matters, okay? It's not a race,
It's a marathon.
It's a marathon, and that's what matters.
But I will say, especially, and I can credit this to Eternity and other veterans and Crush One, that team that when Sunday comes, they bring the fire, and you can't take that away from them. You don't want to underestimate these guys because they will make it to Sunday.
Yes,
it's in their blood, and on that day, you cannot count those boys out.
I'm going to give a quick shout out, by the way. The leader of that team, Eternity, second place, Gears of War runner-up to the champion.
Yep, and Gears of War 2.
He's been around for a while.
Came through losers bracket.
Yes.
Almost was the first team. Actually, I want to say almost was the first team ever to come through, to start an open bracket
and
almost win first place in the tournament, and at that it was a national championship as well.
So he has history in Gears of War, and then you have
made history with that.
You have Canadian Jesus and Crushmo.
Yep.
One of the nastiest players I've ever seen in my life. I'm really excited to see what this team is going to do in Vegas.
All right, so pull the next one, and this was going to go. And his hair is looking extra silky nowadays. I just want to give Crushmo a shout out on that one. So to go into Pool C.
Oh, that's going to be a really good matchup. We have
Fable.
There we go. Fable.
There we go. And
the
that's
Europeans, they had a great run.
Yes.
Blaze, how do you feel about that?
Well, you know what I feel about it is that I feel like this Fable is the real deal. And you guys have heard me say on other fight nights that this Fable team is a top 5 team in the world. They're just not the best team in Europe. I consider them a top 5 team in the world, and I think that's something to be said. This team is very aggressive. They're very confident. And they're starting to play a little bit like Optic Gaming, I personally feel like. Even in the weapon placements and the confidence all around. And we've always known the team that has been the biggest thorn in Ghost Gaming side, and everybody's side at that, but has been Optic Gaming.
Yeah.
They have just picked apart Ghost, and we've seen it. So I'm actually excited for the Fable versus Ghost matchup. I think that's going to be a highlight one.
Oh, definitely. They had 2 new pickups heading into Mexico and took the community by storm. Their confidence is something you cannot overlook. These guys have a bright future ahead of them, and I hope that they continue this run heading into Vegas.
All right. And so you see that, you guys, Pool C stacked up. So we have 2 teams left, and this is going to be Motivate, and this is going to be Ronan. And before you even show, I'm going to just call it out just to show you guys that I still got the juice. He's going to pull Motivate, and Ronan's going to go on Optic Gaming's pool.
All right, so this is going to be Ronan, the Latin American dogs. These guys are animals. Chaos monkeys. What more can you say about them? Chaos, he went off in Dallas. What did he have? 52 kills in the map?
He went off. He did go off. But the fact is that you're going to have a Ronan versus Echo Fox matchup.
That's going to be great. Ronan matches up extremely well against Echo Fox if you look at their history.
They do. They do. Even in past events, we've seen these guys go at each other. So the one matchup that you can kind of really take away, one of their highlight matchups was Paris last year.
Yes.
When Ronan defeated Echo Fox DN, formerly of Envious. that's when Ronin went to those finals against Optic.
Yeah.
And they were, you know, and they just looked so damn good. And so let's see. You know, I'm curious to see how they're going to match up with this Echo Fox, because, you know, I've heard so much about Monkeys and Monkeys this and Monkeys that, and, you know, and how great he is. This is going to be one of his moments. This is going to be one of his highlight moments, because they said the same thing about Exploits. You know, so I've heard the story.
Well, I mean,
you know,
have to see
I've heard the story, but make it official on the last one. And this is going to be Motivate.
Good luck, guys. God bless. God bless. Listen, Motivate and Optic Gaming's pull. Listen, they actually have a really solid roster. You have the veteran in Soto. You have DeFazio, Heza, and Vital Sam, one of the young guns in Gears of War. This team they have a lot to prove.
They do.
And nothing scarier in Gears of War than the team trying to prove themselves.
You know what? The Motivate team, man, when I saw them first form, I was just like, yo, this is a dope roster.
It's a dope roster.
This is a dope roster. Don't forget, Hoodie Pale shows up at the events. DeFazio is one of my greatest upcoming talents in Gears of War 4 history. Exactly. Me and Ben's son. Get it correct, okay? All right, he got swag and he's a ginger. All right, but he has came up in this community, and he has been just played so well. We saw the famous listening with him, just the leadership from him. Soto, he's won events before, and that's what you need out of him. In a duel of Vital and Heza, those two together is going to be able to bring a lot to this team. Also, Heza slam power and just a flashy player, and you need that. You need that positive energy that he brings to the team. And also, they got soldiers that listen as well. So, a little recap of our pool so far to see what we got. And Vale, when you see these pools, at first glance, at first highlight, which one are you most excited for?
Pool, I would say C. Yep, Ghost Gaming, the second place Ghost Gaming from Mexico. They're going off against Red Hot Fable. We're looking at two of the hottest teams in our last event facing off against each other. Nothing gets more excited than that. But Pool D, Eunited against Robust Gaming, both teams have a lot to prove.
That could be
they have a lot to prove, and I really want to see how that pool turns out.
That could be a game-changing pool based off on if World Best actually takes out Eunited, because then at that point, I just see the championship bracket being in complete shambles.
Oh yeah, completely.
You know, so
even with Pool C, like you don't know who's gonna win. I don't know who's gonna win out of Fable and Ghost.
Actually, my favorite so far. I'm usually excited for the Echo Fox and Ronin. That and the Pool C are my two favorites, but if I had to choose one that tilts the most, it's definitely Pool C. Ghost Gaming versus Fable. That's what I'm curious about.
Oh, that's gonna be a cute matchup.
It will. It will, because we just know how good they've been playing. So this is gonna come down to see that they bring that same fire to Vegas, and I think they will.
Was it a fluke or what?
I don't think it was a fluke.
Okay, we'll see.
I don't think it was a fluke at all. So, folks, that's going to be our first set of pools. Now, to break it down to you, our last set of 4 teams that we got to pool. Now, the rules that you need to understand, that only one international team per pool, all right? So this is a snake draft, and we just ended on Pool A. So we will end up beginning with Pool A as well and work our way over towards Pool D.
Yes.
So, Vale, you know, you got the second set of teams. Now, these are going to be your second place international teams. These are going to be your second place international teams, and so let's see what's going down.
Oh, Rise.
Also, yep.
There we go, Rise. A team that's facing off in the finals tonight for the 2K championship, led by Franco. What are your thoughts about that team?
Woo! Rise Nation. I got a chance to talk with their coach last night, and this team is starting to click. They really are. We're going to see them tonight in our 2K finals, and they're really just, you know, they've been firing off on all cylinders. What I love is that you have 2 top slayers on this team. You have Zerfing, you have a Vexen, okay? And those guys are good. But you got to understand the type of players that Frank and Drix, their chemistry is unmatched.
Oh, yeah.
But you also got a player like Mortifies who can get the job done. And if you sleep on Mortifies, okay, he will put you in the dirt.
Okay, one person I want to point out, Gears of War is a flashy game, right? But when you look at a player like Drix, top 3 with Ghost Gaming in Season 1, what he brings to this roster, he's not the flashiest. He's one of the smartest players in the game.
Drix gets it done on land.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? He gets it done on land. And these guys are going to be in Pool B, all right? So this Pool B is stacked up. You got Rise, you got Ronin, you got Echo Fox. Rise has been looking good lately. This is a strong pool.
Oh yeah, definitely. Rise, a team that capitalizes off of team fire and communication. I would love to see how they will face off against a powerhouse team like Echo Fox. Against Ronin, I think they have a really good matchup there. So you can kind of see how Pool B is going to shape up here.
Yeah, you kind of can, man. That's a fun one. That's a fun one to watch. A lot of good matchups in that, and that's a good pool for Rise to really turn some heads and let them know that they mean business for the rest of the season. But Vail, without further ado, what's going to be the next team you pull?
Oh, Fable from Latin America.
Fable LatAm.
Yes.
So they've
been making a lot of noise lately.
Now, you know, we're gonna get it, you know, confirmed in a second, but I'm pretty sure this Fable LatAm team is gonna go into Pool A because you only have 2 North American teams in there with Motivate and Optic Gaming. So far, I think that's a pretty. Don't get me wrong, Optic Gaming is in that pool, but that's a pretty good pool if you want to, you know, see if you can pull out on that second and go into that champ bracket.
But this is a new team. Nothing scarier than the unknown. This team, they've been clawing their way to their top 2 status in Latin America, and they have a lot to prove. You have Involving. He's been with Ronin for a while now. He brings a lot of veteran leadership to this team, and this team, they can actually make some noise. I really like their matchup against Motivate.
That's gonna be a good one, but it also it's like, you're gonna have to. This is a team that show me that you ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Show me that you ready to place top 8. But also as the second best team, and don't forget, we got the team that's going through open bracket, the Fire and Ice one with Choche and Rocher on it.
Yes.
All right. And they missed out by 30,000 seeding points, which is understandable because they haven't played from that second spot. But those guys are going to be going through open bracket too. Okay. I'm curious because I said it last time we watched the Latin American 2K final. I personally think that the top spot, I think is open for grabs.
It is.
Maybe not from a seeding point perspective, and don't forget we got the seeding point decay happening after this event. But I think the top spot is open for grabs, and I'm hoping that Ronin will shut me up right now, and will at least shut me up in Vegas with their performance.
We can say nice things all day, but if you don't show up, It's looking slow.
I learned in my life, and I stopped a long time ago working off of if, maybes, and what ifs.
Right.
All right? And a lot of you teams should stop that as well. If you keep saying, man, what if we did? Nah, do it.
Exactly.
Do it.
So our next draw.
All right, so this is the Supremacy.
There we go.
Supremacy, they shall fall into Pool D.
Yeah, Supremacy, a team, we've seen them in the 2K finals going against Fable. You know, they're a team where they have a lot of firepower. Their rotations are a question at this moment, but they actually make noise at events. Yes, they haven't placed extremely high in the top 8, but they have the potential to make it there as long as they bring it on game day.
They definitely do. This team is talented. You know, you're gonna be having Baghdad. You got Chris, Zorkos, Physics, and Strikers as well. You know, when we saw these boys in Dallas, when we saw them perform, I said, hey, you know what? They're looking good. They're looking great. At that time, they were the best European team. Can't say that about them no more.
Right.
It's definitely Fable. But from what we can assess is from the European 2K finals in which we've casted, we saw Supremacy change it up in their weapon placements, get more aggressive.
Yes.
And I've saw them take the steps in the right direction to taking that top spot and showing us what they're made out of. So as long as they're continuing that pace, Pool D is not a bad pool to be in.
But I'm going to keep it real with you, champ. I mean, they're playing against World's Best Gaming, you know, a top
who starts off slow.
Yes. So it's like they have to bring it. I'm going to keep it real with you, champ. They have to bring it.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's...
And I'm not disagreeing with you. They 100% do got to bring it.
Because top 8 is in question now that they're matched up against these teams.
That's true.
I'm confident in that.
All right, so the last team to make it official, you got Sticky Bandits.
Sticky Bandits. Yes. I'm really excited to see what happens with this team.
Sticky Bandits taking all the coins out there.
Yeah, so this team, Demo, leading the way. Demo has been a player in Gears of War for a long time now. He's made a lot of noise. But this roster, they have a lot to prove, okay?
So, and to just break the roster down for you guys just a little bit, you're going to be having Demo, you're going to be having Strafey, Detox, Neglected, and King. And now, so the big thing from the last event to this event is Avexis and Zerpting leaving.
Yes.
Neglected and King coming in. So it's just like, when you weigh those two out, when you weigh those 4 players out, which one is probably better? And which one is probably better for this team?
Keem is phenomenal, so I'm not going to dog my guy Keem, okay? That's my guy. But Zerp and the Vexies, when they leave your team, that leaves a pretty big hole. But Zerp never belonged on that team to begin with. I felt like it wasn't a great fit for him. But, I mean, Sticky Bandits, they have a lot on their plate. They're going against Fable and what?
Fable and Ghost.
Fable.
Yeah. You know, so King gets to play against that Ghost gaming roster again. But me personally, you know, I'm thinking about it.
What are you thinking, Blaze?
I'm thinking that I do like Neglected and Keem over Vexies and Zerp on this team. And so I'm gonna break it down to you, and I'm gonna let you know why.
Okay.
I feel like the best demo bounce we see is when Demo can focus on slaying. Focus on slaying and do what he needs to get done. And I feel like Zerpting and the Vexies are two big slayers, right?
Okay.
So when you're in Demo's position, you can't really, you know, you got to let those boys go do what they can do best,
okay.
Right? But now on this team, when you got versatile players like Keem and Neglected, and actually, you know, and smart players, I think that Demo can have a little more freedom to do what he got to do and take some of the weight off his shoulders, take some of the pressure off his shoulders, and just bounce.
That was your opinion?
Just bounce.
That was your opinion?
Yes.
Because I'm going to have to kind of disagree, okay? You can't really replace a player as versatile and as nice as a Vexies. A Vexies is a phenomenal player.
Demo was the first of Vexies.
Okay, no, Vexies is the first of Vexies. He can wall bounce, he can slay, he can snipe, he can do just about everything. He's a smart guy. He puts out content of these little nerd angles, so he does his homework. And now we're talking about Zerp.
Vexies is like the hype winter ball version of Demo.
So you're comparing the two?
I'm comparing them to a younger Demo back in the day, yes.
Okay.
Let's look at the overall group. I'm serious. I'm comparing them to a younger version of Demo, okay?
All right.
And it's taking Demo a while to be that player and get those smarts as well, you know?
But these pools right now, we have Pool A with Optic Gaming Motivate, the Fable Latin American team in the open bracket spot, followed by Pool B, Echo Fox, Ronin, and Rise Nation. Pool C, Blaze, what do you like about that?
Ghost Gaming, Fable, Sticky Bandits, they're good. And just to wrap it up, you know, Pool D, United World's Best in Supremacy. But, you know, I love it. I think that's the rail-rounded pool. But if I had to look, and this is where we both call out which one is our pool of death.
There's no pool of death. There's a pool of proving who you really are, which is Pool C. Ghost Gaming has to prove that they're still a top 2 team. Fable has to prove that Mexico wasn't a fluke, and every single player on Sticky Bandits has to prove that they belong in the top 8.
Well, what I will say, that for all you open bracket teams, regardless of whatever pool you land in,
it's gonna be trouble.
I was gonna say I wasn't gonna say trouble. I was gonna say that it's a good chance that you may have a good chance of making it out. I feel like I feel like these pools are just overall well-rounded, and these are the most well-rounded pools that we've had so far since we began Gears 4 Esports.
Yes.
The most exciting one, I gotta look. It's either B or C. It depends on which rides we get at that event.
Yes.
B could be the hardest because I feel like this the most even out of all of them. Yeah, but the most exciting one for me to watch
is C. Oh,
yeah.
Definitely.
And so, yeah, B, I think this is going to be,
So why do you think Pool B is going to be the most exciting one to watch? Because personally, Rise, they're rising to the occasion. I mean, they're getting up there.
Yeah.
But I feel like there still needs to be that level of consistency and proof that they belong in the top.
I think we get that in Vegas.
But Ronin, they've been kind of a question mark.
Yeah, and I think even with the Monkeys hype and him being on the team, you know, they're gonna go in there with a positive attitude and a little bit of extra momentum.
They still make noise on land. I'll say that.
But both those teams against Echo Fox.
I mean, Echo Fox, we know what they're capable of. It matters. Are we going to see Mexico Echo Fox or the Echo Fox that we've learned to love?
Yeah. And I think, like you said, I think they're in a hot moment right now, and I feel like they got so much positive energy on that team, and they're gonna go into Vegas with vengeance.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna see a good one. But as I said, now Pool C was the one that I'm most excited about.
Yes.
Because the Ghost Gaming versus Fable matchup, Sticky Bandits, it's a hit or miss. But if they come in and hit, you know, we might have some good game on our hands. But I think it's the Fable and Ghost Gaming. I'm really excited for that one. I think that just makes this whole pool just open for me, so to be.
Yeah, we're looking at two of the hottest teams in Gears of War right now in terms of streaks. And Sticky Bandits, that team has a roster of players that can show out. They can show out, but we don't know which side of that team we're gonna get. They can either be questionable or they can be, okay, wow, this team is great. But we haven't seen a great side often.
Yeah, we haven't. But Pool A. Now, Pool A, it has Optic, it has Motivate, and it has the fabled Latin America squad. So I guess if you were coming out of open bracket, this is the one. This is like
you want to be here.
You're so excited to hop in Optic Gaming's pool. But this Motivate team, this is their time. They are the 5th seeded team in North America, and this is going to be their time to shine. And they're gonna have to get that 5th seed respect. You're gonna have to give it to them because they got a lot of talented players on their team, and I'm curious to see how them and their Optic Gaming match goes down.
Well, speaking of Optic Gaming, I mean, Red Icy said it the other day. These guys are flying out to watch me hold a trophy. So when you go there, you have to you don't respect Optic Gaming. You go there with the intention to shut Icy up, all right? Snatch the glasses from him, all right? Let him know you're daddy.
Make him take the glasses off.
There we go, exactly. Motivate Gaming, you have Soto, you have DeFazio. That's a team you can't overlook, but yes, you can't possibly beat them if you play, lights out. So that is a very exciting pool to be in if you end up there.
Yeah. Now, to wrap this up, you got our Pool D, which had Eunited, World's Best, and Supremacy. Vale, looking at this pool, what you thinking?
I'm thinking World's Best. I'm going to see them be hot from day one all the way to the end. Eunited, I mean, they're quiet right now, but this is a top 3 team, to be honest.
No, they are. Yeah, 100%.
They can be a top 3 team, and I'm going to see that. They were top 3 in Mexico. I'm going to see them continue to improve. Team Supremacy, Fable has taken the spotlight from them, but this team still kind of has what it takes to take that back. So I want to see all of these teams pretty much show up. These teams have a lot to prove in Pool D.
Yeah, they definitely do have a lot to pull in that sense. But so far, I think we got some good pulls.
It's looking good.
You did good.
I tried.
You did good. Me and Benton, we like to put our energies and stack our pulls and make people upset.
Right.
But I feel like overall those are some good pulls. So good job for your first try on that one. And if I gotta say, so far, Vegas looking lit.
Vegas is going to be popping.
It really is going to be. So far, so good. But since that's going to be our pool draw, folks, coming up next is going to be our last and our only match of the day. Our North American 2K Finals. Rise took down Optic, and they're going to be going up against Eunited. We're going to be coming up with that one next, and I'm excited for it. Looking good. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It is time. The Gears Pro Circuit Las Vegas Open.
Solus comes in, saving the round. Oh my God! Another one. The headshot coming through. Oh my God!
What did we just see?
He gets the triple. He's not done yet. He's not done yet. Domination coming through, taking them down one by one.
But no, oh, they get the nuclear 209. Are you serious?
All right, folks, as you can see, Gears Vegas once again. I'm excited, and yo, shout out to our video guy Nate, because that intro gets me hyped every single time. It really does. Folks, it's next week. On this day next week, I will be in Vegas. All right, find me if you can.
Yes.
But it's going to be a fun one, folks. So, hey, spectator tickets out there. Pick them up if you need to, all right? Team passes as well. If you don't got them, look for them, all right?
This is the event you don't want to miss, man.
Mm-hmm.
Please, it's Vegas. Come on. Especially after Mexico, some of the best games are going to happen this next weekend.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a bet on it.
I am. This is going to be a good one. We'll see what our bets are, you know.
All
we'll
right.
see. I'm curious to see what your upsets are going to be,
Oh.
you know. Let me know what you think about them. If you can come up with
Fox.
one.
My bad. Who
Okay.
said that?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. He already called one, right? All right. On this match, Rise versus Eunited. So far, so good.
Yes.
Rise, tell us a little bit about how they made it here.
Oh, Rise, how did they make it here? They beat Optic Gaming, okay? This has been one of the hottest teams lately. They formed after Mexico, and they've been progressively getting better. A lot of people questioned what their identity was. Now we see it. Teamwork, team fire, T1, the best in the game you can possibly find.
And this is like one of the first times, you know, we saw them on that show match a while back, but this is like the first time where we really, you know, get to see them on the big stage versus a hot Eunited. I'm ready to fire this one up as soon as possible. We'll get those we'll get the maps, picks, and bans, and see what these guys are going to be playing on. But you know, we know that, you know, that Forge map that they was really like, you know, putting work on Optic, and you're going to see Rise. Forge Blitz is going to be map number 1, Eunited with Foundation, and then Damn is going to be Rise's pick to go to distance as well.
This is going to be one hell of a matchup. This is going to be one hell of a series, okay? So you have one team on one end, which is Rise. They have great teamwork. Their rotations are crispy, but on the other end, Eunited. This team, they bring the pain, but not only that, but they're great when it comes to rotations as well. So, I mean, this is really going to come down to the best teamwork. Yes, both teams has great slayers, but who can come together as a complete 5 to take that W? Who do you think is going to take this?
Now, on that Forge map was the same map that Ghost Gaming picked on Eunited and came back on them and won those 7 straight rounds last week. Wow. So that was a thing, and then, you know, we still give Ghost credit for that. But, you know, look at it. You see how talented that the Rise team is. Why? Because you got a player like a Vexys on your team who kind of resembles Rushies as well. When it comes down to fighting in that control room, for those power weapons and also being talented with those long-range weapons like M-bars is a great asset, and it's a great map for a player like that. If you have a top M-bar player on your team who's also a good slayer, Forge is probably a good map.
You just got to let him get loose here and there.
Let him do his thing for you, you know, so to speak. But Rise, this is going to be a big match for them to show me who they are now.
Yes, but for them to, you want Rise to show you who they are. What do you think about Eunited on the other end?
Well, when it comes down to Eunited, Eunited was a team in Mexico City where I saw them, and I was like, you know what? These guys, they got all the pieces to really get to these finals.
They're for real.
And maybe take this from Optic, you know? We saw them beforehand in the 2Ks and the progress and everything in which they were making. But my question is, from then until now, because they expected to make it to the finals in Mexico, they came short to Ghost, you know? It was hard fought, though. It was a hard fought, and it was a great game. So they really shouldn't take anything away from that. But my thing is, you know, their preparation and their internal chemistry going into Vegas, hopefully that all will be on point. But, folks, without further ado, map number 1 is actually going to be Harbor.
Okay. All right,
cool.
Can we please start this off with Rushies? Cleaner in the back clear. Let's give a shout out to our spectator. We're going to start this off on map 1, Eunited against Rise right now. We're pretty much going to see a basic setup right now. B-Hill Jerpy heading there, heads down. He sees Mortifies. Lancer Fire is put out with a smoke grenade. Jerpy, he's going to try to get in good position right now to get in B-Hill, but Mortifies is right there to stop him.
Yes, he is. And, you know, this fight right here is going to be a key one, just for control of it, but also the fight up top looking like it's being won by your young Slayers. You know, you have Zerpton, you got a Vexy. They're up top. They're fighting for that winch control. And I want to say that's going to be in favor of Rise. So you're going to see Rise start to get control of that B-Hill. Domination coming through. The C-Hill is the playmaker. Drake, he's going to fall. The push coming through off the other end. Zerpton could. He's going to die as well. So this is going to get Eunited some breathing room. But Rise, they were close to it.
Rise started off extremely hot. Eunited is a team that you expect to start off hot, but right now we see Shock. He saved his team from the domination by getting that home cap, but he's going to move up mid-map right now to try to get some shots on the Vexys. The question is, can Eunited push in and get those kills?
We're about to find out. You see Lava up top, and he's going to be in a position, top stern, looking to push down, put some pressure on Rise, but also being that distraction for Shock. He's able to pick up a kill. This is going to force Rise towards down low with Eunited having the height advantage. They're trying to chase down his last player. This is a big play. Franco, I love it. He's going to overstand. He's trying to make it to the home hill. He just makes it around that corner. He's going to get chased, but he will be able to stand in this hill. This will be a big 1v1 for him. Most importantly, decap. And he's staying alive. He still haven't went down. Here comes those few straight shots, but the decap and also drawing players away from that home hill, giving his team time to breathe and get out of spawn, was the most important play he could have made.
And we see a 2v2 ahead, and Vexys takes out Resic. Right now, we see 3 players on Rise going to take the B-Hill. I'm going to keep things on Vexys right now. He's a very flashy player, but let's see what he's going to do. He knows there's a player above him shooting down that B. I would say Rise is in a pretty good position at the moment, but their home hill is being captured by Jerpy as 3 players ring in. Jerpy takes out Franco. Lava destroys the Vexys. It's looking pretty good for United.
It is. You know, it's looking good for United. So they're going to have both home hills. And in this position, they are going to be down by 30 points. But they're going to give up their fight for B. And why to give up the fight for B? Because you got a 2-hill setup. You can still win up the 2-hill setup. But also, you're controlling the top half of the map, which is the stern. And it's hard for players to break this and retake the home hill. So as they're holding this down, in this position, you can hold pretty much 3 on your opponent's home hill and have 2 guys working on B if you really want to play for that domination. But Rise, they've managed to get out of spawn, regain control of the home hill. What I'm curious about is the Eunited rotation, because I don't see one.
And right now we see domination coming up at 2-1-0. And just like that, Rise takes the first round against the Eunited Blaze. What does this mean for Rise? They can pull out a win like this in this 2K finals against Eunited.
Well, this is their map pick. Right? This is the one that they want to play, and I think it's a big one. You know, none of these players on that team has won a 2K finals before, in my opinion. And also beating Optic to do it, that gives you a lot of confidence. And you know, we always talk this. You know, when it comes down to you being the best team in any game, that does wonders for your team. You know, it gives you a new juice. You go from being apple juice to apple and grape. Even if you don't like apple and grape, it's just
I love
dope.
apple juice.
Yeah, right? And grape juice together. See, you know, it just gives you an extra layer. You know, another element to your gameplay, to your confidence. But so far so good. Let's take a look, and you're gonna have the hammer burst go down, and that's gonna be a basic placement. You know, those guys who fight up for B, they can also get some angles up top, even try to help that winch fight, which is the fight that I want to look at because Zerfting won it against Rezik, and I think that's a powerhouse matchup.
Yes, Zerfting in the smoke right now. There's 2 players in front of him. Let's see if he can go in there and get the kills. He's playing cautious at the moment as he's taking a lot of his. Rise is going to retreat. This is something that, well, Zerfting, this is what makes Zerfting so special, but not really. Zerfting ran in with a lot of confidence. He was taken out by Crash, but right now there's a big fight up top, Blaze, with B Hill being underneath this area. Why is it so important to get this map control?
Oh, I love it. Oh, Drick. And it's so important because when you get the top control, you're able to look on top of that B hill, right? Yes. You win the top control, you pretty much get the neutral hill as well, and you get yourself a good 2-cap. And from there, you can kind of progress and play for that domination. That's why it's so key to focus on that fight. But, you know, we saw a little bit of Drix's intelligence in that situation. And Rise won the opening fight once again for control of that stern and winch area of the map. We'll see if they can do it again. You see the B fight they're placing, the crossfire, the lantern,
beautiful.
The aggressiveness from Rise Nation. The teamwork, I'm loving it.
This is how you play Gears of War, guys. Take notes right now. Rise, map control, they dominate it right now. There's Lancer Fire coming from every angle as Rise comes in to choke out Eunited for the triple cap right now. Mortifies takes out Lava. They're going for another triple cap. The question is, can Rezik and Shock save their team? No. Mortifies takes out Shock. Rezik takes out Mortifies. Big 1v1 from Crash as he goes ahead and he saves the team from the domination.
Yeah, that's a big boy play there from
That
Crash.
was kind of scary.
Keep him in there, yeah. They tried to hold off, and that was a good fight, but see, this is still good by Rise, because now you need to identify the player at winch. That's Crash. You need to be saying, hey, somebody get here real quick before he gets teammates. And that's why Zerfting wasn't so aggressive, but now Zerfting has to be careful because Crash has a good angle on him. At least I thought he had one, but Zerfting says, I don't give a damn about your
don't do him like that, man. So Serpent Drix in the ideal spot.
They call that man geometry.
Serpent Drix in the ideal spot to support their teammates down at B Hill. The question is, who's down right now? It doesn't matter. Franco has died. Lava and Jerp, I would say they're kind of in a good position right now. They have the B Hill. Crash is coming over to help him out. But what they really need is map control, because now Rise, they're in a position to go ahead, take their home hill, but Shock stops him, but he's taken out by Zerfting. But there's holes. There's holes in their gameplay. How important is it?
The one big hole that I saw was that as you got Rise so aggressive, but at the same time you have control of B, you push through mid-map and you go take your opponent, you go take Rise's home hill, and you put some shots on the guys that's on their team that's controlling that B side, and you push across and you say, hey, since you guys want 3 to 4 on our home hill, we got B in your home hill, and the guy that's going to respawn over and over, we're going to keep taking him out late game, all right? We're in a late game situation. You can pull off strats like that. But you see the score count. Rise, 94, 95. Eunited at this point need a trip cap. A is being decapped.
Jerpy with the big boy pants. There we go. Jerpy, he was taken out by KO, but he stayed alive. I wouldn't say long enough to help his team out. This is looking pretty ugly for Eunited. Rise seems to have all the map control. They're outslaying Eunited, which was unexpected, especially on my end. What does Eunited have to do, Blaze, in order to make this a game?
We're going to see. It's still early on. And, you know, one thing that I always say, you know, the pacing of escalation around round 4 is where we can really the map is set up. We really kind of see what both these teams are about on this map, which teams are we going to be getting for the day, and kind of how this is going to go. So still early on. This is a big weapon placement. The question is, do you want to look up top? And they're going to put something light. They're going to put a sniper, but you have a talented sniper in Drix and
but
the
also
Vexies.
on the other end of Vexies, exactly.
Yeah, and you know, both of them are very good with it. So I know Rise is like, oh, word? That's fine. But Eunited, they want something to work for. Why? Because when you win the fight at the stern where the sniper is placed, the angles in which you can get with the long-range weapons like a, you know, a Marks, a Sniper, an Embar, those type of long-range weapons does so much damage to your opponent, and you get some headshot angles as well. But you see, a Vexies and Zerfting, this duo has pretty much been winning this winch every single time, and that's been a real decider factor.
Look at this support, Zerfting. See, a lot of people say, you know, Zerfting, you know, he's a head-down player. He doesn't do anything else. No, we saw support from Zerf. It's him and the Vexies teamed up together to win that 2v2. And right now, Rise, they're up. Eunited has 3 players alive compared to their 5. If they want to go ahead and advance and go for this domination, now is the time.
Now would be the time. We'll see, though. It's a lot of pressure on Steve. It's a lot of players as well. I think Drix knows he's waiting for his prime opportunity just to back up. He wanted all players to get behind walls. He didn't want nobody to get a good call out because he wanted to take this sniper and escape with his team. So now it's, hey, Drix, he's going to take out Crash.
Don't do it.
So this is what it takes to be a good sniper. Always rotate it, putting yourself in angles, because you're going to have free headshots like that all the time because somebody's going to be clueless on where you are. But Drix, not getting out of that situation in time and backing up to his teammates, which can also be a flaw of snipers, is just, that's a double-edged sword, being in the right position. Pretty much it. You know,
you don't want to get caught with the sniper out at all.
Yeah, you got to be in the right position. You also got to know when to rotate as well. After his teammate died, he should have just rolled out of that.
Yes, we're on Shock as Crash takes out the Vexy. Shock is going towards Bio right now for map control. The question is, can they go ahead and get this upper stern area? This has been Eunited's problem. Jerpy's in a 1v2 situation. Let's see if he's going to go ahead and challenge this fight. Eunited can take the first round. The revive is picked up. Jerpy takes out Rezik. Franco takes out Lava. Jerpy, last man alive in his... No, actually, he has a teammate with him. Crash takes out Franco. This is a big 1v1.
It is going to be a
Jerpy has to win this.
Let's see.
Don't do it to him. Oh, he gets the second kill. Zerfting taken out by Jerpy. How big was that play?
We're about to see his transition. He's going to go to the A-hill. He saw the one guy for respawn. He saw the smoke come over the top. Going to get the mark. Going to push this guy down. He's going to decap, but they knew that whoever he was shooting at knew that they wasn't in a domination situation. He's going to have to fight that home hill. So that guy ended up kind of rotating towards the B hill. So far, so good. Rise does get control of that home hill. Sniper goes in hand to Crash as well. Eunited with the lead in the 2-cap. Let's see what's gonna happen. What is Rise gonna do?
Oh, Crash, the headshot, the double kill. Right now, Eunited are in great position. Blaze, Gears of War has been known as a game where if you pick up steam, you just keep going. How important is it for Rise to not let loose off the gas at this moment?
You can't.
Especially against a team against the United.
Yeah, think about it like this. We saw United do it last week against Ghost in that show match, you know, where you know, they looked good early on and we were giving Ghost that criticism, but Ghost, you know, ultimately pulled away and won that matchup. But United, they get their round on the board. I'm curious to see what Rise wants to do in the weapon placement. Who do they want to cater towards? We got the double spawns available. We also got the mid-map selection as well. Usually that's going to be a block, but with 3 weapon spots. Ooh, okay, that's good. Yep, nades on B. Something to work for. I think you always at least want some type of utility. That's not usually a spot in which you want to block. Put something there. You know, put something there. Let those 1v1 players fight it out, rather if it's a 1v1 or a 2v2. But nades and sins, that's usually going to be a solid spot for that weapon.
Oh yeah, so United, they have struggled on the stern part of the map, so putting the nades down that dock does make sense. They have players such as Crash and Rezik heading the stern right now with Shock. They're in a 3v3 situation. The question is, can Shock go ahead and put his team in an advantage? He sees Drix. The smart move for him to do would be go ahead and flank the other team Rise. Vexy sees the flank. He's getting in position right now to stay alive and stop that.
Gonna get caught by some shots by Jerpy across the map. Gives way to Shock to get a kill. You see Drix down as well. Frank on the defense against a 1v3. He's going to go down. Mortified. He's in a play-making position. A home hill of Rise is going to be Oh, he got caught with the sniper. He was trying to get in there for the one shot and not able to. Next member up is going to be Zerfting. Snipes is watching it. This is going to be a United round, and they're going to tie it up 2-2. So as I said, folks, you know, round 4, you know, 4 rounds in, you can kind of tell how this is going to go. You don't want to kind of make those decisions too early, and looking like an even matchup.
It's a great matchup so far. So I've said in the beginning, Rise won their first 2 rounds by having complete map control. They were able to get their angles and crosses down. You know, they took 2 rounds easily. Eunited, you know, this time around, they're slaying. They're getting the kills. They're sweeping Rise in these matchups, especially off of initials. The question is, can they be consistent in doing this? If they do so, you know, good things are to come for this team.
They will be. So, you know, especially with these 2 teams, like when it comes down, when you put them both on paper,
yes,
it's hard for me to say Eunited is so drastically better than Rise. You know,
right now they're more proven. They're more proven.
They're more proven, especially even on an individual skill basis. It's hard to say that, you know.
Really?
I'll always say that if you were, and I say what Optic and Echo, and it might be a dumb comparison, but if you take all 5 players from both teams and you put them in a 1v1 tournament, right?
United wins.
They get more players in the top 5?
Oh yeah, not a question. Because when you look at Rise, okay, you have Zerp and the Vexies, but who else are you gonna be scared of on that team in a 1v1?
It's not even about being scared. It's just about talent, being able to adapt in pressure situations type of thing, you know?
Yeah, Crash, Rezik, Shock. What?
They're all good, talented players.
I mean, what did we just see right there?
We just saw Eunited run right through Rise. And they got a rise out of me with that one.
No, and then the one player that not a lot of people talk about, Lava. People forget that Lava's here. Okay, Lava is a champion. Lava has won before. This guy, he's nasty in 1v1s as well. So when you look at the individual skill, excuse me, Eunited, they kind of have the upper hand, which is why I say, when it comes to slaying, I'm going to side with Eunited. Rise really has to pick things up with their teamwork to overcome that disadvantage that they have against Eunited.
But maybe their teamwork is already better than United's. Maybe.
I like Rise's rotations in teamfire. It is better. But individually,
don't get me wrong, guys. United is seated above Rise for a reason. All right, they're seated above Rise for a reason when it comes down to, you know, just experience and gameplay and everything like that. But you know, in this moment, it's looking good. We'll see how convincing of a win United will make it.
Can we please go on man Lava? I feel like we never show Lava enough love. He's come out.
That's true.
You played his first event in Gears 3. Lava came out of nowhere and took the scene by storm. He's been great. Fallout said a lot of great words about him. But right now he has the bow tie. There's 2 players on Rise pitching his hill. Listen, if Lava has the bow tie, I'm not pushing him. Zerfing gets down on his way there. Rezik picks up the kill. Drix is in a really bad position as he gets taken down as well. And just like that, it's 4-2 in favor of the United.
We'll see. They're going to have to come down to Mortifiers to really take this B hill. Mortifiers got those nades. He's going to buy him some time. And he probably still has one more pocketed. We'll see if he does. Nah, he does not.
Nah, he was dead. It was looking slow for him. So if I'm Mortifiers and I see that my team is being wiped off of initial like that, I'm going to push that 1v1 every time.
Oh, you got your young guns up. All right, bouncing around these hills, bouncing through those smokes, trying to buy their team some time as Vexies fall, but Zerfing gives them another breath of life, and now you're going to see them start to push out. So Rise to regain control over their home hill. Wouldn't be surprised if they tie this up 3-3. But, you know, let's see how they want to do. The nades are going to be on respawn soon, so Frank is going to be in position. He's keeping his distance, waiting for help. He knew help was coming. He's going to cap up this hill, clean up the kill.
That's what makes Rise so great. They don't push pointless 1v1s. There's always a player on the map looking out for one another. And as we saw there, Mortifies, he helped out his teammate to clean up the easy 2v1 scenario. So the question is, can Rise continue that type of playstyle to go ahead and take the next round from Eunited? Because you don't want to go too far behind against this team.
No, you really don't. You don't want that to happen whatsoever. And really to find yourself in a hole, especially against top teams like this, to dig out of that is very, very tough.
Pop ahead, Driggs. Do it for me, please. Driggs being extremely patient with the sniper. He down Shock. Shock's in a really
he's in a bad spot, especially if teammates try to help. That's 2 downs, and you see everybody.
But that's really a bad call out. Zerpting had no business in pushing that. You have 3 members of a United supporting their down teammate. Drix needs to put away that sniper, run back. They need to, you know, recoup.
I think it's fine. I think Drix was in a good power position. It just depends on how his teammates are reacting to the call outs and when he's giving. Because when you're sniping like that, you're like, I got 1 down, I got 2 down, I got 1 hurt. And as those call outs come out, you got to be that teammate to make that decision. Like, all right, well, let's get this kill. Let's get our lances.
Get him, Lava. Get him, Lava. Oh, Vex, he's the young gun. I told you, this man is nice. His movement's on point. His shots are nice. Vexis is a player that we really have to watch out for this season. I feel like everyone's going to, you know, have him on the map as one of those guys that can do just about everything in the game.
Me and the Vexy may have 2 different play styles, but he reminds me a lot of myself, you know.
Really now?
You know, with the long hair and the the braids and
guys, I'm gonna let you know now. I've known Blaze for over 10 years. Yeah. He was never like this. When I first met Blaze, he was just this tall, skinny guy with long hair. I don't know where the muscles came from.
I wanted to win everything.
Right.
Completely different person. I am a night and day. Life would do that to you folks.
He did a few bench presses and now look at him.
Look at it. Let's get it.
Mr. GNC.
Now I'm forever sick. I can't get rid of the belly, man. It's called a dad bod, I guess.
I was much smaller back in my day too. 3-3 Drix with the balls. He pushes up and gets down really quick by Eunited. Eunited, this is their time to capitalize. They have Franco in the 3v1 scenario. He's taken out quickly, and just like that, they have control over the E hill.
Now, folks, this is going to be halftime, so all those power weapons we saw is going to wipe, and also these hills will flip as well. So we get a new set of hills. These home hills, as you see, this F hill kind of in the corner, the other home hill vice versa off on the other side as well. And then that neutral hill will be up top of the stern area, kind of where we saw a lot of those big fights early on. So it's going to even make that fight a little bit more important. But Vexy's not able to do nothing. And that's going to be one of Vexy's, like, you know, biggest gripes is that pushing things like that. If you're able to just drop back, you see Drix on the other side of the map that has your back, let those guys come out. Let them come out of their spawn.
I mean, it is their home hill. You don't have to force that.
That's another thing. It is, like you said, it is their home hill. You don't have to push into that little cubby. Let them come out into that hill. Let them come out into the open. You got teammates who have your back. Set up mortifies to succeed in that situation.
Because what you see in that scenario is that, okay, you have the advantage. You're going for your domination. But once you die, you put your team at a disadvantage. And now Eunited is going to walk away with the round.
Last minute
not yet.
Yeah, I think this is going to be
this round.
Yeah, nobody's going to make it there in time. So Eunited, they're going to get the first round of the half. But not necessarily a bad round for Rise to lose. The question is, how do they want to use this weapon placement? What do they want to do with it? Is it, you know, choosing a weapon that goes up top? You know, they had a lot of success with sniping those, you know, towards the back end. Maybe they hop 4 right away. Maybe they want an M-bar in place for Vexys.
I'm going to see an M-bar snipe.
Maybe they will
nothing. Oh, nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
They're good enough.
All right.
They don't need no help.
They had a lot of success early on in the rounds. You know, those first 2 rounds before that snipe even did get placed down. So let's see. Let's see.
I mean, I would have loved to see a snipe and have Drix slow the game pace down just a little bit. But Rise, they feel extremely confident to where they don't need any weapons at all for this matchup. You see they're sending 4 right now to the stern. Eunited is going to match it with them down low. Question is, who's going to win this 2v2, which is, to me, one of the most important fights right now.
But both teams had success with the snipe. It just comes down to the opening initial. But I think Rise wins more of those initials. But Eunited, I like it. Eunited, they push through. They push through, they push down, they saw a target, and they committed to it. When you run that little wolf pack style, even if one player goes down, it's not the end of the world because you're close enough to your teammates for the quick read. And you're also going to get an intel as well. With Drix, he manages to take one to the grave with him, and that's going to be one of your main slayers in Eunited. That's Rezik. He falls. So, 2-hill favorite going towards Eunited.
42-36. Eunited's looking extremely good right now. Crash sitting here at stern. The question is, can Rise come back and get this map control that we saw earlier on in the game? Blaze, how important is it that when you're up and you're going for that domination, if things don't seem right to steal that win yet, what should you do in that scenario? Should you slow things down and back up, or?
I think that when you make the moment to commit to the dom, you have to commit to it.
Right.
Because as soon as one person becomes that independent thinker and is just like, you know what, guys, I heard the call out. The call out was cool, but I don't think it's a good one, and I'm just gonna back up. The whole strat's gone. The whole strat is out the window. You have to commit to it, but especially when it comes down to the later rounds with the higher respawn times, it can work out in your favor because it's just like, all right, well, do we want to, you know, have a failed push and have long respawn timers on our deaths? But also, as soon as you get that first blood, you got to use your numbers to get it. You got to use your numbers. And Rise, that was a good retake by them.
Yeah, Wolfpack situation. There was a 4v3, and they won that pretty easily. They can go ahead and go for the domination. Zerping takes out Lava. There's only one player left. Zerping, the question is, can he stay alive? No, he's not. Zerping going to take their home hill.
You got shot first, man. You got the... Ooh. You can't let him... Okay, they had some players in the back line.
That was questionable.
But no, see, I love it. Like Zerp, he saw one guy behind him. He's like, all right, you can get behind me. I got people back there to take care of you. You know, it's like a kickoff return for, you know, those who played American football. You know, somebody goes behind you. You know, it's on the return team. You got blockers over there.
Yes.
You know, you got your man and what you got to worry about. So everybody has their guy.
This is a good little back and forth match we see. But the question is, Botox. It's been decided.
Botox early on, that was good. They had some success with the Botox. Eunited with some talented Botox players on their team, but also that's going to be in a position to kind of even turn the tide of the fight that's on a winch. One that we saw the duel of Avexis and Zerpting really playing very, very well with against Rezik, and I forgot who's Rezik partnered with down here on his winch. Well, I'll take a eye to see. It's going to be Rezik and Crash versus Avexis and Zerpting. Now, Crash took a shot. He rotated back up very, very quickly to get in position with his teammates. And he manages to find a kill. Now trying to find through the smoke where everybody else is. He catches eyes with Frank.
This is 1v1. He pretty much has to force Franco out. As Franco, he runs away. He notices he's not in a good situation. Eunited, they're wolfpacking. They're going for the blood. Question is, can Franco put himself in a position to stay alive long enough to have his teammate spawn?
About to find out now. So Zerpting backing up to defend the home hill. He's going to have some, that's actually somebody else flanking. That wasn't even his teammate, but he did get the kill. So, but still 3 people on top of this home hill. That means that E hill is wide open, but nobody's in position. This is where you gotta be patient. One player at a time, because those guys aren't going to stand on that hill, especially with 3 of you there.
Oh, this is time to push.
Yeah.
Crash is down. You got to take advantage, baby. Mortifies. There we go. Vexys comes in with the double kill on Crash and Lava. And it's looking really good for Rise. They should put themselves in a position right now for the domination triple cap.
I felt like Rise didn't take the bait. They understood that they were in a power position. They was in a power position. They said, hey, if you want to cap the hill, step into the open and we'll lance you all down. And we'll go in there and clean it up. But then at that point, United, they just stood back and they ended up losing that fight. Frank going to get this neutral hill. Domination could come through. But Eunited will have control over their home hill. So they're going to be... you know, they got a slight lead.
Looking at how this game has been going, you can't point out a specific winner right now. It's been 8 rounds. This is the 9th, and no team has really been extremely dominant in multiple rounds. So the question is, I mean, United, they're outslaying Rise, but Rise is still somehow pulling out. What is going to be the difference maker?
You know, with this back and forth action, it can come down to just one weapon placement. You know, one team just catching the flow towards the later half of this game when it comes down to fighting a fight up top on Stern.
What weapon do you want to see put up there?
Personally, if from a Rise standpoint, I want the M-bar.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I want the M-bar, but, you know, that position got blocked. Right? So it's blocked, so it really wouldn't get changed towards the later halves of the round. So Rise wanted that. That was their option. That was their choice. They wanted that basic fight. They didn't want anything else to pretty much crowd that. Maybe they get something down low to, you know, kind of change the home hill fights and maybe focus more a little bit on the home hill setup. We'll see what they want to do, but Rise, they got the map set up the way they want to, and I think they're controlling from that standpoint.
Yeah, support fire coming from Rezik and Shock up here at Stern, the E hill. KO, he's coming to make a difference. He's pushing him 1v1, but he's getting hit by the Botox. Shock is hitting this man hard. Franco has to run away to fight him. I thought he was going to make a big play right there. I thought.
He tried to, but
he tried.
But he didn't. Like, if he had somebody else behind him, he technically would have made the right play. Well,
yes.
Actually, I don't think he got there in time.
No. I was hyping myself to see what Franco was going to do. Because the question with Franco is, I personally feel like he has to be more aggressive in this game. I was expecting him to come out and do something beautiful, but he really wasn't in a situation to do so.
He read the situation, and
he read it well.
Yeah, he read it. And he was like, "Can't fight this," you know. But he knew he had to push it, and that's at least step one, because there's certain situations in these rounds where there is only one play to make. there's only one possible play to make. And you have players out there like, you know, a few smart players out there like Ribs, you got Toy, you got Kenny that always knows the perfect play in which that needs to be made.
Not every fight has to be fought.
Yeah, exactly. And goes out there and does it. But, you know, he was aware of it. He pushed. Didn't work out, but at least he pushed, you know. You still got to attempt to make the play, even if it's, you know, not feasible.
Incendiary grenades were placed at the dock. Mortifies in a 1v1 against the home hill player on E-United. The question is, who's going to win this E-Hill initial on Stern? So far, the team that has control of this part of the map usually does extremely well later on in the game. Crash putting down support fire. It's looking pretty good for United. They pretty much have the map control. The question is, can they stay there as Rise? They're getting angry right now. Jerp takes out Mortifies. It's looking pretty good. Franco gets down. There's a fight for Sun. Great support fire from Crash. Lava gets the double kill. Zerp taken out. Just like that. One player left alive. 4 Rise. It wasn't Vexy. 5 players sweep in favor of E-United.
That's a good round for them. Good, clean round for E-United. Let's see if they can close this one out. Rise with their last weapon selection on this map, and this is their map pick. Let's see what they opt to do with it.
Put something big down.
Maybe mid-map? You still got the dual spots.
I don't feel like support weapons are enough for them at this point. I feel like E-United caught their fire when it came to outslaying Rise. I feel like Rise...
So, wait, I was going to say that a power weapon, they still got the option of nades. I was going to say power weapon has to go down towards the mid-map. It could be something crazy. It could be something simple, but they do have the option of putting frag grenades in there. Because for a second I got kind of excited because I was like, okay, well, if nades are on the map and incense, then you have to put either, you know, sniper, torque bow, boom shot, drop shot. So I was going to say that Rise needs to make that decision now and choose which one goes rather than going for those dual slots. But
the question is Marks going to make a difference all the way down there?
It's a 1v1 fight that's going to be key. Vexy's and Zerpting actually using their front spawns up top rather than on the winch, so a little slight adjustment by Rise. Smokes are gonna go down as well, but they didn't have anybody. Ooh, now he's gonna regret that one.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hurt Rise. Vexy's was taken out just like that. 5-player sweep. E-United takes the first map, 7-4. You know, after I saw that first kill, it didn't sit right with me. I didn't like Rise's approach to that.
You know, we saw they decided to send their front spawns up top rather than going into winch on that round.
Right.
And so, but they got up there and it was like, we don't see nobody. So they held off. And then afterwards, E-United, you know, coming in a little bit late, they had their smoke placements down. Yes. They had their strat in place, and then they executed it well. If you go up there, even if you don't see nobody, you know, maybe the play is to, you know, at least put yourself in a position, that little back box where you can at least kind of look at those small stairs and put some shots on it. But Rise, you know, looked good. It was even, 4-4 at a point, you know, and then E-United just pulls away with
E-United caught the stride. Like I said earlier, I mean, I wasn't wrong. E-United, better slaying team, and they took advantage of that. When a player died on Rise, it wasn't just one player. Multiple players dying at a time. That's what really won them the game.
Yeah, that is what won the game. But, you know, between these two teams, you know, E-United, like you said, they're a little bit more proven than the Rise roster. They are more proven. They've been in more pressure situations so far this season, the majority of that roster. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, all the matches are very, you know, it's going to be a tough one. But this is a squad that's been together for a while and that's played together through Mexico. That's, you know, that placed third in Mexico.
They've weathered the storm. They've gone through all types of trauma, you know, trials and tribulations, you know, beating Optic, losing against Optic, still staying in that top 3 range. And I feel like that type of experience took over.
Yeah, and, you know, E-United, they've had, you know, like I did, they had some of those tough series between Fable and Ghost, just trying to make it to those finals. So we'll see what they can do in this event. And for you guys out there, if you guys don't know about E-United, we got a little short piece we want you guys to check out.
As a player, by the end of the season, I want to be back on top because I was on top at a period, and it felt really good, obviously. Like, that's where everyone strives to be. But I'm one of the few that has kind of like fallen off the top, and now I'm trying to get back there. Yeah, I've definitely been through a lot of roster changes in the past year with United, but I think like this roster is just straight up like my first legitimate chance like at like getting a title since I was on Optic. We're all here to win, like we all want to win. We all have the same goal, we all know that. So at the end of the day, it's just like showing up and playing our game.
And as you heard from Lava, this Eunited team is the first team since Optic Gaming where he felt the confidence and the comfortability to go out there and place first, and that's big. That's completely huge because we know Lava has been on some teams before in which he didn't feel like he belonged there.
He's a star.
He felt uncomfortable, you know. But you know, Lava caught a lot of his slack towards the end of last season, and just you know his play style and you know everything else inside and outside the game. But I feel like you know he's doing good so far, and what I feel like is his comeback season to greatness.
I wouldn't say a comeback. It wasn't Lava's fault late last season. It was just a bad team. Great player on a bad team.
Are we talking about Eunited?
Yes.
Are we talking about the Eunited team?
We're talking about Eunited, yes. Lava, we know him. He's won championships before. He's always been at the top when it came to placings. I mean, what can you say about him? He doesn't have a weakness. So we know to only expect greatness from him.
That's true. Now, you know, before when we kick this off, our picks and bans was a little bit off, so let's kind of reiterate what those are in this series. And so as you can see, Damn and Reclaimed are banned out. United, they're going to be picking Harbor in this situation. And actually, my fault, Rise is going to be picking Harbor in this situation. United Foundation, and then you got Impact. There's going to be Rise picks as well. So last two still the same. It was just that first map in Harbor in which I wanted to let you guys know.
Thank you. Foundation, United's pick. This might mean trouble for Rise. United, they started off going back and forth to Rise on that first map, Harbor. But then once they found their slaying thing going, they got it going. So Foundation is a map where these players, their individual skill can show. I've seen shot go off on this map, Rezik, Crash. So the question is, can Rise actually hold up?
That's we're about to find out now. I'm about to start to hop into Foundation. If it's going to be a good map, I think, you know, don't count Rise out of this just yet. Foundation, still, as I said, the staple esports map of Gears 4. So many different strats in which you can run on both sides of the map. If it's setting up for home hills, if it's holding your home hill and the neutral hill. A lot of different many lanes in which you have to watch. So it's going to be a lot of open lanes in which you can make successful rotations as well. Foundation has really just been the key map. So even if it isn't their pick, like we see a lot of teams kind of taking Foundation out the cycle because they're like, all right, these guys are too comfortable. We know they're not practicing the other maps like, you know, Impact and maybe Lift. You know, a lot of these teams in their preparations trying to just figure out, okay, what's going to be my opponent's auto ban? What's going to be the maps in which they lost? So that's just doing your homework, you know, especially in esports. That's something that you got to do. So teams usually have a lot of success on Foundation, so they usually take it off. But when that is your best map, you have to ask yourself, and one of the main questions is that, I know it's their best map, but it's our best map as well. And who's really better? I feel like I'm better than them. And at that point, you just got to pick it. Just because they're good at the map, but you're good as well. You know, you should be going in that match, that cycle with confidence in yourself. So even if your opponent's good, still pick the map if you want the map. Don't overthink it.
Speaking of confidence, if any team were to be down and they were to come back on Foundation, it would definitely be Rise. When you have the cool common collective of Drix on your team leading the way with Franco, I feel like you kind of have time to just sit back, assess the situation, and just come back and take it from United. But we're going to see pretty much a basic strat right now. Two players at Pistons, the rest you're going to see in the middle. Franco heading away, he gets taken out by Rezik, mortifies, gets down. Can Avexis go ahead and go big? Yes, he gets it. Yes, he gets it down and the kill. He's in a 1v2 situation, taken out by Crash. And this is looking really good for, actually, no, it's looking pretty even right now.
Yeah, you still see United. They're going to be in B. They still got some control. You got Frank and you got Zerpting in here watching the B hill. Still no hills control for either team, especially in this pretty much meta of Gears 4. You're going to get all 5 of those players down low. You know, you're going to have 10 smokes hit the ground. And you're going to have these guys trying to control that neutral hill and kind of fight up for map control. And that first guy who dies usually goes and caps that home hill. So we kind of see these hills cap about, you know, 30, 40 seconds kind of into the round. We see those first sets going down. But so far, so good. And what I love about Avexis and Zerpting kind of paired up with Franco and Drix, I feel like those are good motivators for them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Franco will bring the best out of somebody and bring that intensity. And, you know, when the young guns, you know, such as Avexis and Zerpting, they get that type of momentum, they get that type of energy, I feel like they play better. I
really like what Rise did here. Even though they lost down at B, Drix rotated with the rest of his team up top, and they went for a double hill cap before ultimately their teammate over at B won their fight. Damn, Drix! They won their fight to go ahead and try to go for the domination. Yes, they weren't able to get it, but Drix put himself and his team in the best position possible to keep that pressure up.
I wonder why was Drix so gun-ho about not leaving that fight up top. You know, he dodged both smokes, but he still went in for the 1v2. And you know, it's confidence and it's being smart. You know, taking that high percentage play. And at that time, it wasn't like they were in a crucial situation where they just needed that heal. No, it was just that, you know, stay alive, get intel, don't die so soon. But Franco falls, and the Eunited push from top tables is coming through. You just kind of see these guys, they're approaching the home hill of Rise. You got Rise, you know, being annoying. You know, that was Mortify is overextending. He's going to fall to shock, and that was on United's home hill. That's why you kind of slightly heard the domination come through. And United setting themselves up for a push on the B hill. Rise does not have all their personnel there. They need to understand that this guy is by himself. Whoop, never mind.
Oh, no, they definitely know he's there. Drix, he should win this 1v1. He's taken out with the quickness. As Crash now doesn't know, is United, they're going for the triple cap. The question is, no, they cannot. Rise falls 0-1.
I'm actually very impressed by that round by Eunited, because the simple fact is that Rise was holding a 2-cap. They had B, they had the home hill, and then at that point they began to turtle. Then Eunited slowly started to pick them apart, start getting numbers. Hey, you got a few guys this way, a few guys this direction. So my mistake on my call out was that I thought United would have majority of their members on top of the B hill, and that's was going to be their push, but they had more spread out as well. They actually did have the numbers on top of Rise's home hill. They pushed out, got those kills, and I feel like Rise was just a little bit, they were indecisive on which way they wanted to go. Did they want to defend the B hill? Did they want to defend the home hill and push across top tables? And when you have a slight lapse in judgment like that against a team like United, they're going to pick you apart.
It's the small things. Attention to detail. Drix didn't have to push that 1v2. When you're ahead, you don't have to push those fights. So in the middle, Shock gets taken out by Franco, mortifies, and Franco dies by the hands of Rezik. And Rise, they're in a pretty okay position. They're pushing the 1v2. Zerpting has to go ahead and help out his teammate Avexis. Avexis dies. Jerpy gets the angle on Zerp. The question is, can Zerp get this kill? Yes, he does in the middle. That's a great play bomb from Stay Alive for that long.
Oh, wow.
He gets a double kill.
Zerpting literally finding kills in which he should not be finding, especially after taking so much damage in. But he got to the map, helped his teammate. He found the proper route to find 2 kills. But let's see, Mortify, they be trying to bait him out a little bit. If they can at least trade his life out, they will. That's still a win in the books of Rise. But you got a guy over here in this little cubby area. You know, he's just looking down over it. He can get some sight lines into that open area of the map where that pillar is and kind of light those guys up. So if you guys never knew about that spot, you got to be aware of it.
These guys are everywhere right now. It's a constant battle for map control. There's no clear winner until the game is over. And that's what I really like about this matchup. Rise, an up-and-coming team. They're showing us that they can stick with the United, but the question is, can they go ahead and win enough rounds to win a map? They're doing pretty well. I would say they need to have a level of consistency when it comes to owning the map, because they put themselves in great position, but you know, they give it up too easily.
Yeah, and we'll see, especially if that changes. You know, kind of progressing towards these later rounds. But United, I just feel like they have a better flow on this map. You know, and even speaking about just owning the map in general, like I feel like they're playing this map like this is their home.
Loose.
Like this is United headquarters. And no matter what you do, you know, you can push my home hill, but you don't know my house like I know my house. You don't know the secret passageways. I just feel like United is just super comfortable on this map. The way that Crash is moving around and just picking up kills, the way that they're flowing, you can tell that Foundation is their go-to.
Support fire coming from Lavas. He's pushing up. He's in a 1v1 situation against Zerpting. Now 1v2. Lava runs back. He notices that it's not his fight to play. So this gives Rise some time to go ahead and breathe and recoup. They need to go ahead and try to battle back for map control. They're up 5-3 at the moment against Eunited. 1v1 has to be won by Vexys. He takes them out. Vexys, they're going for the triple cap.
This is good. This is good. You need that. You're going to get that kill. Hit the melee. There you go.
There we go.
Try to stop that guy before he gets to the hill. He made it to the hill, but domination already came through.
That was an uphill fight for Rise. That was hard fought. It looked good on Eunited's end until the end right there. But what do you want to see more of from Rise?
You know, it's kind of like just, you know, conditioning and learning from your mistakes. You know, in those uphill battles, like that first one's going to be hard, but the second one's going to be a lot easier because you've done it before, right? You're starting to become conditioned. So when they find themselves in these difficult moments, in these difficult situations, learning from it, and also, you know, becoming just more well-rounded as a whole and becoming more consistent down the long run.
Yes.
And so matches like these against Eunited where they're pushing you, these are good. These are good team-building matches. And this is what you want. Even if you lose it, you know, like it's like this match, even if Rise lose it, they're still winning. You know, I feel like they still win as a team.
Jeez.
And some people might not understand that, but you know, it's a marathon, and the end goal is winning a championship.
Yeah. I mean, right now, even though it's a 2K final, this is practice for the main event next weekend, which is what we want to see. All players from Rise were wiped, so the task for Eunited at hand is to go ahead and get great map control for the triple cap. Vexy's in the 1v1 against Shock. Shock backs up. He notices he's better off supporting his teammate because triple cap is not possible with all of Rise spawning at the same time.
They're going to pick up a double kill. And so Rise pushing through. They got the kill mid-map on Shock. These are the last two. They got one guy down as well. The B hill. Drix is going to be the one to cap that, and I think that's good. As soon as Rezi goes down, everybody else, push. You know, you see the pushes. They're going to the home hill. But Vexys with the cleanup. All right, now they're starting to cap this hill. You know where all the members of United. Vexys caps this. He goes to the top hill and puts some support fire. He shouldn't have to worry about mid-map because his teammates should be able to get the call-outs. Also, at the same time, you got United. They know they have to win a fight on the home hill. So Vexys did push up.
Don't do it to him, Franco.
You see the crossfire coming up, and Vexys did push up the top tables. And you see the Lancers, that little extra that's the sprinkles on top of the sundae that Rise just served United. So good rotation back.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. It was a good round for them.
That's what we need to see. Okay, we've seen Zerp go off with 13 kills at the beginning of the third round. We needed his teammates to pretty much, you know, step up and assist him with that. Yes, they had textbook gameplay where they weren't just pushing mindless 1v1s, but he pushed 1v1s with 1 to 2 Lancers supporting him at the same time. And to me, that was a difference in regaining that control for the last hill cap.
All right, let's see what this weapon placement is going to be. We got Rise with the nades on Pistons. Now, typically, we've seen a lot of top teams. They like to focus on these big, heavy power weapons, and even Eunited is one of those teams that are fighting for the heavy power weapons and close. But they're going to stay away from the fight, and they're going to just choose to put incense down. So it will be a power weapon that goes down on statue, but the question is what it's going to be.
Right now, the initials are going, you know, back and forth. There's not one team that's constantly dominating it. You know, one round is Eunited, the other round is Rise. What we would like to see is some consistency in that area. We see two people going for the B hill. The Vexys and Zerp teaming together, the young duo. Right now, Zerp, the Vexys went to the middle to help out his teammates. He's circling back. Eunited has control of the piston area, so Eunited, they're focusing their attention on the statue.
Now, the B hill will go in favor of Eunited. They will get control of the nades as well. Picking up a kill, didn't get a chance to see which way the incense went and who favored, but I saw the flames down, so they did get used up. So both those weapons will be off on respawn. Rise Nation control of the home hill. With this fight, they could get control of B as well, but these are one of those fights that you don't want to take forever with, and you don't want money.
Jerpy. God, mama, there goes that man to get Jerpy with the big 1v2.
And you don't want to do that.
That was huge.
You don't want to take all day and let Jerpy, you know, just do what he did. Yeah.
That can't happen.
That can't happen. Like that's a fight. Like fights like that. You can't determine how good both these teams are.
You can't give rounds away like that to another team. Right now, it could be 3-1 in your favor. 3-1.
That's when you take it wide, man. Like, it's very few angles in which you can look at.
Back when we played, what was our role in the 2v1?
Play what? Play it wide?
We play wide.
Yeah, just play it wide, man. Like,
you don't need a shotgun now.
Keep your distance. Hold lance and pistol. You know, he heads down. You hit him with a melee or something. I would have, honest guy too, I would have rather 2 chainsaws walked at Zerpy in that situation rather than them having shotgun and lances out. It would have been 100% more effective.
Exactly.
But let's see this opening break. You got our front spawn as well. Well, Franco's gonna make it down here, fighting for these ensigns. He's gonna have some extra players come through statue, but he does get first blood off the main Slayer on United. Take down Rezik, and looking to pick up the rest of these kills. United, they actually fire back. They pick up 2 kills of their own. Rise would answer as well, and Rise could get the man advantage. But Shock, he's going to fall. And now you got a 3v3. Actually, he had about 3-4 people down on the United side. So this is Rise that should be able to get this B hill. They've the ones that's been more consistent on his opening break, at least in this round.
Zerp, don't do it like that. Look at the confidence in this young man. Zerp runs in.
Stop! No,
but okay, you got the kill. That was sexy. But
he shouldn't even have one for the kill.
You have to back up. You have a teammate with you. Bro. Why give away a life when you're at an advantage?
Like I can't even give him props for that. I give Mortified's prop for that, but I can't give Zerp's prop for the other one because, like, bro, you was in a difficult situation. You got the down. The down is in front of you on a ramp where your teammate with a Lancer is right behind you. You're full red. You don't have to, like, get that down there. But then he did get it. It was like, okay, cool, you got the kill.
But back up still.
You see 2 people pushing you, but he was like, oh, no, I can do it again. No, you cannot. That's the situation in which you just roll back, get your health, and then you can go out there with a full health bar and try to do it again. But don't.
That's why I try to tell people, when you practice, you play online in these tournaments, you need to play like you would on land. You would never make that play on land. That would be the difference between your team, you know, winning a couple of tens of thousands of dollars and losing it.
But it also takes, as good leadership, is to say, hey, Zerp, that was stupid.
Yeah.
You have to call him out on that. You have to be like,
Franco.
Zerp, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Like, you got the kill, but that was a dumb play.
Ooh.
Like, we don't win championships off plays like that.
Franco hit Derby with a slip and slide, 1 shot. Vexy takes out Lava. There's one more player for Eunited, but he was unable to make it as Eunited takes the next round 3-2. But, I mean, you have these young stars on this team. I mean, they're loose cannons. They can go out. They kill things. That's what they do. But in terms of Gears IQ, what do they need to work on? And as a leader, if you're Franco, a veteran in the game, especially Drix, what do you tell these teammates?
Bro, you know, one thing is, most importantly, is that they got to respect their leaders.
Yeah.
All right, you got to have it is a chain of respect in all these teams, and you got to be able to respect that and be able to respect and be open-minded to these guys, you know, helping you out and be like, hey, you know, you need to change this, you need to do this and that, regardless of how flashy you are, regardless of how talented you are. At the end of the day, and every single day in which you get on for practice, it should be for improving, not just moving your thumbs around. You don't get on to practice just to move your thumbs around and stay warm. You can go play rank for that.
Exactly.
All right? But if you're going to be scrimming out here and practicing, like, you got to be calling your teammates out on dumb things that they're doing like that. And even if you guys lose every single map all night, if you can come out and be like, hey, you know what? At least we didn't push no dumb 1v2s.
I like that.
At least we went wide, right? That's a win for the night.
I like that. Eunited, they delayed their push. They waited until Rise went down low. They went and clamped down that B to get those few kills. And now Eunited, they're up 3-2 right now. Franco's in a 1v2 situation. He has nowhere to go, nothing to do. Rezik downs him with the sniper. Power weapon and number advantage goes to Eunited.
And that's good so far. But when you have teams, when you're scouting teams, and let's say even if you're scouting a team like Rise, for example, and you see that, you know, they got some young guns on their team, or they're more of a push in your face type of team, right? When you have aggressive teams like that, you can outthink them with strats like, hey, let's just delay our push mid.
Yeah.
Set up, hey, everybody pull out lances. Mark, shoot the first guy that's marked. You know, get him down. Like,
can't be predictable.
Teams crumble under things like that. So you can outsmart them in switching up those strats, especially when you kind of got a flow of what your opponent is doing. Especially when your opponent thinks they're having a success running a certain strat. That's prime time to switch it up and kind of catch them off guard because you know they're going to run it again.
I feel like there's a lot to say about this Rise team. Okay, they're making mistakes left and right, but they're still keeping it extremely close against Eunited, a team that plays top 3 in Mexico.
So, once again, conditioning. You know, we kind of saw it in map number 1 where it was tied up 4-4, and Eunited was like, all right, time to pull this one away, right? This is the late game situations in which you guys aren't ready for.
Yes.
And pulling away on that one. So this one may be the same story where it's kind of close, but one of these teams shall pull it away. The question is it Rise or Eunited? We're about to find out though soon. This is a close one.
Rise did come up to a hot start. Franco got the nice, beautiful first kill. He gets taken out. Lava right now, advantage 4-2. Eunited. They need to work on their map control. And once they do that, everything is going to fall in their hands.
And so, folks, this is halftime. So, you know, folks, for the new viewers, we will get a new set of heals. But I actually like the second half of Foundation more than like the first half.
Really?
Yeah, because I love the home heal setups. I love the home hill setup a lot better than I love the neutral and your home hill. I feel like this fight at Statue is a so-so one at times, you know? I feel like it's not the end of the world. You don't have to focus on it as much, but in the early rounds, you will focus on this fight. That's the opening break. But if you lose the fight, you got to make the quick rotation and trying to plan for home hills.
Franco! The double kill! Don't do him like that,
watch
man.
him pull out his Lancer and shoot this guy down. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Smart.
Look at that. Look at that. He's going to stay on him. That's pressure. He's going to keep shooting shots. He's going to start pre-firing shots just in case that guy decides to. He's going to up A around the corner.
We call that a veteran where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
Franco.
I would tell you this. You know, it's always, you should always be shooting. In this, like, especially games like Gears, there's never a time in which you should not really be shooting your gun.
Yeah.
There's always a target for you. And, you know, it's always about, as soon as you get that kill, where's my next target? You know, pull out that Lancer, you know, support your teammates across the map, whatever it is.
How was he able to sneak up there undetected to get to one shot? That's my question.
I don't know. That was quick. All right, so the 2 hills advantage will be in favor of Rise, but they do not have the point advantage. That's in favor of Eunited. But, you know, when it comes in Gears of War, when you hold 2 hills, you get 1.5 when it comes down to points compared to 1. So they're slowly etching away at this lead that Eunited has built. But what Eunited is doing is that, hey, they got time to come up with a strategy, coming up to break this setup. Shock pushes in. He's going to be the first one to die in this battle. It's going to be a 5v4 situation in favor of Rise. You got a few more members looking to come through. You see the little dots across the map, the little X-rays? They're pushing for a home hill fight. Drix is actually holding this down by himself. He's in a 1v2. But the question is, Eunited isn't translating that information right away because they should have been told those guys, hey, push Drix. You know?
United, they're still on move 2. Rise's home hill. His shot comes up for the flank over at Statue. Drix is the only player, as he's in a 1v2 situation. He should not come out of the slide, but he gets the kill on Crash. In a 1v1 against Shock. Shock gets the down and the kill. All he has to do is hold this hill for a little bit longer. Mortifies, takes down Shock.
There we go.
But 1 player is left alive for Rise.
Yeah, and I think Mortifies was there, but I don't know when he got in the situation. He was a little bit further back, and he was able to get to Drix in time before Mortifies took that long route around top tables to get to him. But good United round. When you're able to build a lead like that early on, you can take time and say, all right, catch a breath. This is what they're doing. This is where they set up. This is our next move. Now let's go execute. And that's exactly what United did, and that's what makes them such a top caliber team.
Hammer bursts were placed. I would like to see those in the hands of either Drix or Mortifies. Great support players on their team. Also very good at protecting their home hill. We're going to see the same setup. 1 to Statue with Eunited, while 2 are going there with Rise. Rezik puts down support fire. This is where he pulls out a shotgun and tries to make a play. He's in a 1v2 situation, but he's going for Franco. He notices he was unable to get the kill, so he backs up, pulls out a pistol and offers support fire in the 2v3 situation. Drix with the flank, as he is flanked by an E-United member. He's taken out by Rezik, and that's a great start for E-United.
I feel like E-United has different weapon placements for tiers of teams in which they're playing.
Really?
Yeah, I just feel like, based off the things in which they put down, I feel like they have different weapon placements when they play Optic, Ghost, Echo compared to when they play teams like Rise. Because, you know, I've seen them be more aggressive on the weapon selection and get the weapons down in which they want early on. With this team, it's just like, all right, guys, we're trading back and forth on rounds. You know, we're winning. Keep it light. Don't need to do anything too drastic, you know? Keep it snipe, keep it nades, keep it support weapons.
Yeah, we usually see teams panic and put down a huge weapon such as a drop shot or a boom shot.
And that's, I personally don't think it's panic. I personally think we're at the stage of the game where that's just strategy. You're putting down what your team is comfortable with, what your team has been building strats around. If it's a boom shot, if it's a drop shot, if it's a torque bow, you're just playing to your team's strengths early on, and you're setting the tone of the map rather than constantly being reactive and letting your opponent set the tone for you, and you're playing to their game. That's why I think it's big to make those decisions early on. And so now we're actually going to see Rise. They're going to put the boom down. So in the first half, that spot was blocked off by Eunited because Rise chose to put nades down first on top of the B hill. So Rise was actually trying to get towards his strat, and now we're seeing what actually happened. Eunited pretty much blocked him off with those incendies in the first half. So Rise getting this weapon down early. So let's see what happens. Let's see how does this benefit them. Is this what they really needed to tie this up?
Round 9 starting with a Vex, starting off with the first blood against Shock. Franco gets taken out by Rezik. Crash takes out Mortifies, and just like that, as a 2v4 situation for Eunited, they have a chance to pull this out, but Zerping gets the double kill. You cannot count Rise out now. Trix gets the down on Crash, but it was
unfortunate.
Too late.
Yep, and that's going to be Eunited winning that team fight mid-map. Boom shot will be picked up now. It's going to be 2 minutes to that respawns. And so we'll see.
Crash,
I know you got good movement, but
look at that.
Yeah, he better had help, because I was going to say, don't lose that boom shot, bruh. But even though he doesn't have it, Trix.
No.
Who had
so, I'm not sure, but Crash, he tried to pick it up to swap his weapon. So once he died, the boom shot was not in the hands of Rise. Really smart play, but he didn't have enough time to do that. Franco, we see him transitioning to help out his teammates at the D hill, which is Trix. Trix putting down a lot of support fire. Franco, I'm pretty sure they're going to wait for their teammates to go ahead and make this push. Yes, 3v2 situation. Jerpy and Shock have to defend the D hill. Vexys takes out Jerp. And it's a now 1v4 situation. Lava wasn't able to pull it out. As Rise, they pull it out on top. It is a, what, 5v1 situation?
So Rezik's going to be up by himself. There's the Mortifier's got it in his back pocket. Said, what's up? I got it. And domination does come through. Rise, down 4-5. But okay, I was wondering. I was like, come on, something happened to this boom. It went somewhere.
Yeah.
Didn't get a chance, but I'm going to just give credit to Mortifiers to really making that play and securing that boom for his team.
You can't let Eunited win this 6th round.
No, that's you don't want to get to match point. Not at all.
No. This is really big for Rise. I would say Rise, they have to tie this up or at least win 2 straight, because once you get into a 4-6 battle, it gets pretty hard from there.
I'm happy I did see the boom shot get placed down mid-map, just because the simple fact is that my thing was that if you know that the best team in the game is looking to run this against you, you know what I'm saying? That's one of their strats in the back pocket. Even when it comes down to Echo, Optic, and Ghost, if you know that you're going to be fighting that fight, I want to see these guys practicing that fight.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see the second, third best teams in Latin America and Europe practicing those same fights.
Hands down.
You know? I don't want no excuses to like, why didn't you, place the boom down? Why didn't you place the snipe down? Oh, well, we just haven't practiced that. I'm not down for those excuses. I ain't having it.
Yes, and off of the initial Rise, they lose 3 players immediately. Rezik and Jerpy, the last ones left their team as well. Zerp takes out Rezik. It's in the 1v1 against the meat shield. The question is, can he go ahead, one-shot this meat shield down and go for the kill with Jerpy? He's trying to stay alive. He's getting support fire from his teammates. Full red, but he is not scared. The boom shot is down. Zerp gets the kill against Jerpy. Mortifies, gets the boom shot, and it's looking good on Rise's end.
I was about to say, I hope he watched his teammate's YouTube video on how to break meat shields that he put out the other day. I was trying to say, you should know the secrets. And Zerping, did have the movement, and we saw him trying to attempt to really shoot that guy from the side to really get the damage on the actual player rather than the meat shield. But Mortifies uses 2 boom shots, so my question is now, what does this equate to?
He didn't have to use the second one.
I don't feel like he had to use the second one either. No. The first one I let slide, but the second one, I feel like you could have, left it for a better situation. Maybe like a long-range boom on top of the hill like this.
Yeah. I really like Mortifies, by the way. He hasn't been a big name in the scene for the last few years. And, I would say he's new to this top professional rank, and he's been pretty solid.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a lot of mistakes from this guy. He wins his 1v1s. He listens. He does well. I've seen him in Mexico. We casted his match, actually, against Ronan, I believe.
Almost
and there's nothing negative you can say about him.
Almost like a 2018 Deadly.
Because the do-rag?
That and just skill play, too. I feel like Deadly was one of those players, too, that was just, He was consistent. He was there, you know.
It's not too flashy.
Yeah,
didn't
not
play
too flashy, but got it done when it needed to be.
Exactly.
And I've, you know, I can't say I've never been a fan of flashy players, but I've teamed with a lot of flashy players. But by the time they got done teaming with me, they were just smart, extremely skillful players afterwards. It wasn't about the flash, you know. You were flashy, you know, and if you needed to be.
Who is your flashiest teammate?
Oh, that's it's one or two. It's either Kenny or Chris IBN. It's one of those two guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, call Chris. Y'all don't even understand. Chris is so dirty. like one of those situations where I've seen players and I just in awe when they make something happen out of nothing. It's definitely top two between them.
Speaking of Kenny, he's a great player. You've teamed with him before in the past, but he's a flashy player that's not too flashy on this Optic roster. What does he do so well that you would love to see?
Because like those days are behind him, right?
Yes.
As you play, you know, enough tournaments, whatever, you team with enough, you know, older players, you just learn that I don't got to do that. Like, why am I doing all these extra movements that's unneeded? You know what I'm saying? They're extra. Ooh. Okay. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Alrighty then.
Eunited. 6-4.
All right.
This is a situation I say you do not want to be in.
And you got to hold that home here. You can't let those guys get out there.
Yeah.
And win those 1v1s. Control that power weapon.
The reason why I say you cannot be down 4-6 against a United, okay? So this initial, how long are the spawns going to be?
We're going to 18 seconds.
That's pretty damn long.
No, actually 16.
So when you go against a team that's really good at slaying, and they've proved it round in and round out.
No, my fault. I'm right. We are going into 18-second response. Yeah.
I mean, this initial means everything now. If you can't win this fight, if your Rise, it's going to look pretty bad. So you have to be extremely confident and not worry. Your backs are against the wall, but right now is where you put up or shut up.
Yeah, it is. So for this strat, you can put a torque bow or a sniper or something on statue, even with that boom being close mid-map, because we're getting down to the 18+ second respawn rounds where pretty much whoever can really win an initial fight and control boom can't come out on top and win this round. So let's see if it happens. Let's see if we get a clean wipe for one of these teams on their opponents.
There's one player on it. There's one player on Rise going to, what is it, statue? That's going to be a huge flank. Crash and Zerby takes out Mortifies and Jinx. The Beanzy gets taken out by Crash. It's looking really good for Eunited. Their slaying skills are picking up. Boom shot is picked up by Crash. Everything is all good for Eunited.
Yeah,
this should be game.
Those are some good shots here by Frank. You got a few of these players off respawn. The question is, you got this guy looking at you. You got the two power. Ooh. Okay, there go the booms. That's one boom. This is going to be another boom. Few kills. Where's Zerp? Zerp coming in. Can Zerp do it? That's the torque bolt.
Can't dodge
so
the
many
boom
explosive
shot.
power weapons. And that's probably like another reason if you look at it, like when you choose between torque bow and snipe to put on that statue, that extra explosive damage, that splash damage on top of the boom, and you just having to just throw torque bows on the ground and get that excess damage.
Yeah.
If the guy had a snipe, maybe it's a better chance for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree.
You still want a good weapon to fight for, something with a little bit, you know, less lethality. You know, more skillful. So, but
yes, congratulations to Eunited. They take it 2-0. I'm not gonna say I called it, but
yeah, you called it. You know. Congratulations that you called it. You know, it wasn't a difficult call
out. I felt
out.
like you for once.
you know I felt like that was easy. Well, you know what? Baby steps.
Okay, there we go. I'm learning.
Don't worry. I'm gonna throw you under the bus in Vegas. All right.
All right.
I swear, I'm gonna throw you under the bus in Vegas. And folks, Las Vegas. If you guys have not been, this is the perfect time to go. This is gonna be an awesome Gears of War event. I'll be there. Vail will be there, and this is gonna be one for the books. I'm curious to see. This could be.
Why would you not want to be here in Vegas? Okay, I'm going to give a shout out to somebody. He goes to every event. He doesn't play, but he loves watching. Chidori. So,
if you said anybody's name but Chidori, I would have been.
And in Mexico, Chidori and I, we sat down together and we was talking about what's going to happen in Vegas and after Mexico and who's going to beat Optic. And it was really good. There's a lot of optimism out there if Optic can remain the champ. And I like that. You know, a lot of people are starting to believe there's some chinks in their armor now. I would love to see Echo Fox, Eunited, Rise, Ghost Gaming, give them a challenge.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm excited for Vegas.
I am. It's going to be a great one, folks. Definitely want to go. And as I was saying beforehand, I think this is going to be an event where we see some crazy matchups, and maybe have one of our craziest finals we have ever seen.
We will.
Make sure you guys are tuned in. That's going to be it for us here. But next week, All Access does return, okay? So that will be back on for the next, in the next 2 weeks. All Access will be back. And we'll be back on the 25th, I believe. It's going to be the next time we're back on Fight Night. But that's it from us. You guys have a great time, and I will see you guys in Viva Las Vegas.
Be there.
Here's Pro Circuit Las Vegas Open.
Solus comes in, saving the round. Oh my God! Another one. The headshot coming through.
Oh my God!